All right, welcome everybody, Barfly Nation Worldwide. This is your boy Matty P. I'm at the place to be. This is Summer Forum, and I met some great people in the lobby yesterday that I love. My great friend, very, very good friend, Ryan Bellamy from the
Ohio State University.
The Ohio State University. We don't judge here. And then Ryan introduced me to you, Mallory. And where are you from?
Roll Tide.
No, that is wrong and evil, and nobody likes that. But I won't put it against you.
Thank you.
But I'm a Penn State guy, but I always say, Ohio State buys gear, so that's why we love Ohio State. So thank you very much, Ohio State. Well, welcome to Summer Forum. Is this your first Summer Forum?
Yes.
Is it?
It is.
Have you ever been to Summer Forum?
No, Congress, but never forum.
Never. So Summer Forum to me is very special. It's a place that you can go and actually have a conversation. Congress is just nuts all the time. And when I come to Summer Forum, I really get a chance to meet people like you. Last night, we're just talking. Hey, we're going on a podcast. You're like, I'll go on a podcast. I'm like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah.
You didn't think I was serious, did you?
I think I did.
Yeah, I'm serious. So this is RT Sidebar, I have to say the all the time whenever Ryan's around, the #1 respiratory podcast in the world, 75 countries, and we are here in Florida, Fort Lauderdale Summer Forum. So what I want to know is, how did a Crimson Tide end up talking to this goofball here at the Ohio State? So how did that happen? Tell me about it.
Well, I applied to be in the AARC's Emerging Leaders Program, which started last year. And I applied as a mentee. I'm newly into a management role, so was looking more of, to be mentored and have somebody who's not somebody that currently works with me or currently that I work for, that I can be honest, vulnerable with. Applied to this program. Didn't really know what to expect, but whatever it was, Ryan has exceeded that. We have a very, very good relationship. So basically, I applied, and whatever I said in my application is what I wanted out of this program.
Okay.
The committee matched that with what I wanted. With what the mentees wanted.
Okay, so it was little matchmaking happening that way. That's kind of cool because, you know what you want to get out of this. You want to make sure you have the right person to get it out. Who was Chrysalis Ashton was on. She was in the first cohort of Emerging Leaders, and she had Scott Rystad, who is from Colorado, and they are like the perfect match. So. No offense, but that's your match, really?
Right.
I'll take it.
So Ryan, I mean, you're AARC all the way, always have been. Like, how did you get involved in this whole Emerging Leaders?
So I learned about it last year at Congress and was kind of bummed that I missed the initial cohort. So I talked to Sarah and George about it, then reached out to Julie and said, I need to be a part of this.
That's awesome.
So once the application became available, my name was in, and some of what Mallory said, I filled out kind of what I look for when I teach and what I mentor, my strengths. And then, lo and behold, this is how we ended up meeting. Within minutes of it coming out, I was contacting Mallory. That's how eager I was to get started.
That is really awesome. So what is it that you're hoping to get out of this? Tell me what you're looking for. I mean, you're about 2-3 months in. What is it that you're trying to grow? Because you're not like a baby RT. You're kind of like a teenage RT. You're kind of like in the middle, like you're about 6 years in, right? So you already got your MBA. I mean, you're doing all the right stuff. So what is it that you really want to get out of this program? Like, I kind of want to advertise it for other people. Like, what is it that you want? What do you want to get out of Ryan?
Yeah, so I think, I can do education myself. I can get work experience myself. I can move up myself. The thing that Ryan brings is honesty and authenticity and experience from a different side. So I think oftentimes when things happen and we see them from our side, we perceive them as how we see them.
Sure.
But the same thing could have happened to Ryan, and he tells me how he perceived it, and it might be different. and seeing things from a different way have really helped me, because really any story or anything I have told him, he's been like, yeah, been there.
Yeah.
And so that has been so helpful, because I think oftentimes just we as people in general can see things how only we see them. But I've gotten so much honesty and advice. He told me from the first day, I can say whatever I want, whatever I need to say. It's between me and him. So it's just been a really good, like, genuine connection. And also just to have someone that, I just, like, now I feel like he's always said, like, I will always be here for you, always be your mentor. So it's not just this program, it's so much bigger than that. So I think just in all of it too, like making a connection, like with Ryan, that I can call him now anytime in my career. So it's been awesome.
That is awesome. Ryan, you and I have talked about it a lot, because you're at Ohio State, you weren't in Hawaii, and then you came back. It's interesting. Is this giving Mallory the opportunity to go someplace else without having to leave her house? Like that's what I think. Like, I felt like I had to go somewhere else for a different perspective. Am I saying that correctly, Ryan?
100%. I mean, that's the intent though of mentoring, is you bring all your career experiences and share, because I think what Mallory is starting to glean is experiencing in her walls the same issues I've experienced in many walls. The smell is the same everywhere you go.
Yes. And it's perspective, right? What happens in Ohio, it might be the same, but it's a little bit different perspective, and how to manage that situation, I think, is really important. And it's hard as a young leader, because, what ends up happening, you were probably a really good respiratory therapist, I'm guessing. You still are, right?
Maybe.
Probably. And then we put those leaders in situations that they're not the best anymore. Like, they're an okay leader. They were a great respiratory therapist. Now they're an okay leader. I think you got, like, this emerging leaders program is a way to make you a great leader.
Absolutely.
I think that's what it's all about, because we don't even in your MBA, you don't learn how to be a good leader.
Right.
You know what I mean? You learn how to manage your spreadsheet and stuff like that. But I think it's hard, Ryan, you've been doing this for a while, and I've been doing this for a while. Is leading different today than it was 10 years ago, 15 years ago?
I think definitely in respiratory, and this program is one of those. But yeah, generational leading it's a different beast. There's a lot to learn. And, I enjoy having Mallory as being one of those young emerging RTs to learn from her as well. I mean, that's a twofold mentor relationship, right? Because I can learn how to manage someone of the younger generation. It's a whole different leading. But again, this ELP program they've created is what we have needed in RT leadership for a long time. Like you said, we take the best clinicians, throw them in a leadership spot, and honestly, a lot of us fail. But if you can find someone who you can latch to and learn from, this is how you become stable leaders, not only in RT department, eventually hospitals. That's the ultimate goal, is get us out there, let us run hospitals, not just RT departments.
And at the Ohio State, there is a respiratory leader that's pretty high up the food chain. I was looking at it. I was talking to my boss, or our CEO, Joe Army. Do you know how many respiratory therapists are CEOs of hospitals? 4. 4 only. How many nurses? A couple thousand. So I agree, Ryan. Getting RTs to start running hospitals, like, that's a big deal. It's Matt, right? Matt is he's a VP, right?
Senior administrator.
As a respiratory therapist. Like, that is Matt Monroe. Yeah, see, I remember things. That's awesome. Matt, shout out to you, buddy. But I agree. I think that respiratory therapists can and should run hospitals, because we have a very unique perspective.
We know everybody.
We know everybody.
Ain't that the truth?
It is the truth, right? So when we were talking yesterday in the lobby, I said, hey, I want a story. I want a good story, because stories is what matters. When we're sitting at the break room and we're talking about stuff, or where we're sitting here at the summer forum, telling a crazy story is what brings people together. And that's what I think brings respiratory therapists together. Mallory, I asked you about a crazy story. I want to hear about it. So tell me all about your crazy story for all the barflies out there. So when you're driving to work, Mallory, the stage is yours to tell us your crazy story.
Sweet. So before my time in hospital management, I worked in the hospital for a while, worked in the COVID ICU, and then did about 2.5 years at critical care transport.
Okay.
And that was life-changing. It was amazing. It was time that I will always cherish, but very, very tough at times.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So we did adult trips and we did baby trips. A baby trip is an RT, so myself and a neonatal nurse practitioner. So shout out to Kelly for this trip. But we got paged to go get a preemie baby who was, I think, about to be born, with high drop syndrome.
Okay.
Which, as many of you know, can be fatal within a certain amount of time.
Yep.
So you're kind of on a shot clock.
Mm-hmm.
There is a hospital that was close that was on diversion at that time for ECMO, which is what this baby needed.
Yeah.
And then, so we ended up having to fly to the nearest one. But we're on a shot clock.
Mm-hmm.
So we get paged, figure out kind of what the situation is, the time frame we're looking at, and get our flight suits on, get our stuff ready to go. I think we took just about every piece of equipment we had.
Everything and the kitchen sink.
Yes.
Whatever will legally fly on the helicopter.
And then some. Is a jet.
Oh, okay. There you go. All right. There you go.
Yeah. So that was another kicker, which I'll get to, but get report and get to the NICU to get the baby. And we don't even get to the room. We just walk through the unit and there's about 15 people between in the room and outside of the room doing different things for this kid.
Working hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I quickly, Kelly and I just kind of glanced at each other like, this is all fine and dandy, but when it comes down to it, it's just going to be her and I.
Got it.
So these 30 hands are going to be four hands.
Uh-huh.
And so we go in and these people kept trying to do stuff to the baby and we're like, okay, but we're on a time crunch here.
Yeah.
Like we've got to get this baby set up. We've got to get this baby put on our stuff.
You have to prioritize the work.
Absolutely.
100%.
So there's a little bit of, pushing people out of the way. And get the baby on our monitor, the vent, the nitric, tweaking it, all those things.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Finally get the baby in. There's doctors around still trying to do stuff, and we're literally about to leave. So we make it down, get in the elevator. At this point, Kelly and I are kind of quiet at this point. I think just both processing and thinking about how we're going to keep this baby alive, who was very unstable. But realizing we haven't even started our journey yet.
Mm-hmm.
So we
You're still at the bedside. You haven't started walking yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we, me and Kelly and our driver, we walk down to the ambulance. We get the baby in. We go lights and sirens to the airport where we have to fly from. Took about 10, 15 minutes. As we're on the way to the airport, I text the pilot and I'm like, hey, we're coming lights and sirens. And he's like, okay, we'll be ready. And then in my head, I'm like, Mallory, that was dumb. Like, planes can't go lights and sirens. Like, what does he think? What do I think he's about to do, Mm-hmm. But it did create a sense of urgency. Like, when they get there, we're not like walking around, getting a drink. So we load up, we get on the plane. Just after we took off, baby sats they had been declining, but they started dropping pretty bad. It was 60s, then it was 50s, then it was 40s. So start bagging the baby. Kelly's pushing some stuff. We're both talking out loud, trying to talk together and figure out, which is the really beautiful thing about transport that I loved. It's just you become so close and you realize you're all that I have. I'm all that you have. So we got to figure this out.
Oh yeah. But it also when you have that relationship, it becomes like a dance.
Mhm.
Like you know exactly what they're doing, and they know exactly what you're doing, and that's a big deal.
Mhm.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah. So, again, baby sats around 40, and I'm bagging. We're also in the air, so we can't exactly call anybody.
Yeah.
So, we're just, the pilots know the severity. They're trying to get there as quick as we can. It was about a 50-minute flight. So I'm going between bagging, pushing drugs, going back on the vent, changing the nitric, all the things, talking to each other. And I think we both discussed after neither of us really remember flying there. Like it just all of a sudden I felt we were landing. Like that time we were not sitting down, like we were not buckled in. Sorry, Mom. It's we were like I was on my knees actually, and I had my arm in the stretchlet, like bagging the kid. So we landed, and I remember thinking, gosh, and I'm just like, thank goodness we landed.
Mm-hmm.
And so normally we have an out-of-town ambulance waiting on us there, to take us to the hospital. Well, we land, and the pilot, he's like, ambulance isn't here yet. And I'm like, what? And so
They had plenty of time to get there. Just saying.
Right.
Right.
And so we call our coordinator, and she's like, I just called them. They said they're about 20 minutes out. And we're like, 20 minutes out? Like this kid is literally hanging on for dear life in our hands. And now at this point, this is out of our control. 100%. So it's very hard because you have things that are in your control, but then you have things that aren't. So at this point, we're like, do we call 911? Like maybe that will get an ambulance here quicker. I don't know that that's the appropriate use, but it has been done before. Because if an ambulance
911, how can I help you? Yeah, I'm sitting here on the tarmac. Can somebody come get us, please?
Absolutely. I mean,
it's crazy.
I mean, if it was your baby.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And it's like, we don't have any ambulances available. Okay, 911. Hey, we need an ambulance at the airport.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I mean, but we did pros and cons real quick, and it probably would have taken them longer. There was already one lights and sirens coming.
Yeah.
So we just decided kind of have the pilots go ahead and get our gear out the most that they can and have it ready. We stayed plugged into the oxygen, of course, and then they got there. And of course, they get out, and it's these two probably about 17, 18-year-olds. That are
like this. Oh my God, what's going on here?
No, they're actually just like shooting the crap with each other and walking around, not getting the stretch load out. And I'm like, hey. And they're like, hey. And I'm like, no. No.
Hey.
I'm like, no, this baby is trying to die. Come here now. And they're like, oh. So then they pull it up. So then at this point, they're like scared. But I'm like, I don't need you to be scared. You have to drive us.
Yeah, just drive. We'll be fine back here.
So we get the baby in the back of the ambulance. Baby's still just doing horrible. Everything we do, every med we push it's like a 5-second temporary Band-Aid.
Just a Band-Aid, yeah.
So we get in the ambulance. We're doing what we can. We are on the way to this place, and we get on the interstate, and the driver, at one point we looked up, was going about 95 miles an hour on a busy interstate around a curve.
Doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
kind
of hard to take care of a baby like that.
And so Kelly girl was like, hey, slow down. And they're like, I thought you said it was an emergency. And she's like, if we die, none of this matters.
It's a good point. That is a good point.
So then he slows down. But anyway, so we get there. There's so much like, I don't know, just like your body's so tense. It's almost like your body's exhausted because you've been so tense, like physically, mentally thinking about this whole time.
Yeah,
of like, what else can I do? I'm trying to do everything to save a baby's life. And so we get up to their NICU, the doctors, everybody are waiting on us. We pass the baby over. And we kind of just stood there and watched. Like the ambulance guys were kind of just like, "Are y'all coming?" But Kelly and I stood in that room for a good 35, 45 minutes just because there was so much intensity built around that when we dropped the kid off, we almost still felt like we got to watch. Like this was our kid.
You're emotionally attached.
Yes, absolutely.
100%. I think that respiratory therapists, because we save lives for a living. That's what I tell my mom all the time. So she's like, "Man, what do you do for a living?" I say live for a living. You know, it's kind of how it works. But like, you get emotionally attached. Like, you don't want them to screw up all the work that you did, right? So you're like, "Hey, I'm gonna watch this, make sure everything goes as smooth as I believe it should, because that's now my baby."
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh.
But yeah, I don't think we spoke the ride back. I think we were just
exhausted.
Yes, but if we talk about it to this day, it's just our most like, just tense, and like you gave it your all and did everything you could, and you took it on, and we just did what we could do for each other.
Yeah.
And that was really it. But it's so beautiful realizing like what we as RTs are capable of. Like if we are given these chances, if we are given these opportunities, if we are allowed to use our skills and perform, like we are so capable of such good things.
We are.
And so that experience, like, it was a lot for me personally, but it was a lot for me as a RT. So.
Would you like to drop this mic after that? Like, oh my God. Oh my God. I asked for a good story. You delivered. You absolutely delivered. That's a great story. And I love it because everybody that's listening right now is thinking about their train wreck story. That story that they got emotionally attached to. Like we all of us, right, Ryan? I'm sure you have that story that makes you emotional, but it also is what drives you to become a leader now, because you want to make sure other therapists get to have that ability. Is that what drives you?
Absolutely. I think when I think about being a leader and when I think about my goals and aspirations, it's about helping people that have been in positions I've been in, helping people that are just, what's the word? Just making people feel seen.
Yeah.
Because regardless of working as an RT, everybody has a life. Everybody has a family. So, and sometimes we have to be people's family. Like there's always someone that I've realized, like there's always somebody going through something horrific at any given time. So I think just making connections with people, yes, of course, making department better, having innovative things. But I think mostly it's about the people and the impact you have on them. And, you know, as RTs, we see people on their worst day every single day. So we're always helping those people on their worst day, but we still have bad days too.
That's a good point. You know, we eat a lot of our emotions as RTs. So that's what I love about this Emerging Leaders program, that you can have, you know what, Ryan, I had a really shitty day. And this is what happened. Have you ever been through that? And I think that that's what it is. It's the community. Ryan, am I saying that right?
100% right. We just had that talk last week, didn't we?
Tell me about it.
Well, shared some very personal things that's going on within her walls, and you know, I let her get all of her emotion out and said
For a long time.
For a very long time. Our hour meeting was about 45 minutes of what's going on. But then, you know, after she finished her story, I said, it's not unique. I've lived it. Others have lived it. And here's how we push through this.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, again, the key of this program is that we've all done it. And now you just got to hear that so you can relate that it's not me doing anything wrong. It's just me being unique. We've all been there.
Yeah. Mallory, the way, when I got into leadership, I just felt like I was alone. leadership can be very lonely,
Mm.
very lonely. So to know that you have somebody is like your Kelly at the bedside,
Mhm.
you know, that's your person. And now you have that person to help you. And that's what it's all about.
Mhm.
Wow. Wow. I was going to ask you for a story. You can't beat
No,
that
you
one.
beat that one. No, not at all.
But oh my God. But that makes me, you made my day. Mallory, thank you. You made my
Aw.
day. That was a really good story.
Thank you.
But it all kind of ties together. You know, that person that you have. I mean, Ryan, I could think of my nurse in the NICU that I had that dance with, like you had with Kelly. You had that dance, you have that person, or you were another RT. Like when they walk in, you're good to go. So, and I think that that's what the Emerging Leaders Program is about. It's about having your person, somebody that has your back. And I think that that is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, there's a story and a half. Holy cow. So here at RT Sidebar, we always have shout outs. Would you like to shout out anybody? Other than Miss Kelly, of course.
You go first.
All right, well, an easy one for me would be shout out to my friends out in Hawaii.
Yes, absolutely.
It's been a minute, but I'll be heading back out to HSRC this year because my good friend Mindy is going to be speaking. And I always told her when she's speaking, I'll be there for her. But yeah, I always like to stay in touch with those guys out there. Great crew.
Great crew.
But yeah, looking forward to seeing everyone out there again.
When's that? September?
September 21st through the 23rd.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Hawaii. Everybody at the HSRC, Matt Pavlichko needs to be to Hawaii. So next year, please invite me. Thank you. There's a little
Done.
PSA for me. There you go. Mallory?
I want to shout out to the RTs in Alabama.
But not the ones at Auburn?
Well, I meant in the state, but when you say that, if the shoe fits,
I just thought I'd get it out of the way. It's just easier to get that one out of the way. Roll Tide.
The RTs in Alabama, we've like everybody else, you know, been through a lot since COVID, rebuilding, but we have so many talented, smart, good RTs.
Yep.
And so I really appreciate them, and I have appreciated learning from many RTs, the ones that have trained me. And shout out to my fiance.
Oh, I saw that. It's beautiful. Beautiful ring. Beautiful
Thank
ring.
you.
Well done. Well done, my friend. My shout out is to all the RTs that have those great stories. Those stories that are unique to you, but not unique to everybody. And a big shout out to those your best friend, your peep, your mentor, the person that helps you get through the day. And I think that if you don't have a BFF at work, you got to find one. And if you can't find one, join the Emerging Leaders Program at the AARC.
Absolutely.
You can find somebody right there. So for everybody at RT Sidebar, we won't hold it against you that you're a Crimson Tide fan. But Mallory, that was a fantastic story. I'm here with my friends at the Ohio State. My
Go
other
Bucks.
friends. Oh, Jesus Lord! It's like it's a poisonous seed or something.
It is. It's a poisonous nut that you don't want to eat.
Makes no
It's
sense.
useless. We're absolutely useless with that. We're amazing.
But the chocolate with the peanut butter now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gourmet right there.
That's cool. I've been to Columbus. It's not gourmet. It's delicious. But I just want to say thank you guys so much. We are here at Summer Forum. If you get a chance, all the barflies out there, come to Summer Forum, meet new people, expand your network. That is what makes you leaders. Expanding networks, that's what really matters. So for everybody out there, all the barflies, think of your great story. Think about when you're going to be on RT Sidebar. I met Mallory last night, and she's on RT Sidebar the next day. So think about that good story and stay tuned.
Vapotherm does not practice medicine or provide medical services or advice. Any clinical recommendations provided herein are solely those of the speaker. Practitioners should refer to the full indications for use and operating instructions of any products referenced before use. Hosts and producers are paid employees or consultants of Vapotherm, and our guests are not compensated.